Hello everyone, I'm Lynette and this is Charm Grammy Crochet. Today is April 19th and this will be Charm Chatter number 298. I hope everyone had a great Easter. This is Tuesday, so that was 2 days ago. So if you celebrate Easter or Passover, I hope you had a great holiday. We had fun, we enjoyed with the family, my husband and I. So I had just a couple things I wanted to share with you today. At the end of the video, I'm going to put in several amigurumis for Amigurumi Wars. So let's not forget that. It's hashtag Amigurumi Wars 2022. That'll be at the end of the video. Everybody's makes. I'm so excited. There's a lot of points being had. In the video where the patterns were picked, there was a heart, a bunny with a heart that was picked as a paid for pattern, and that pattern became unavailable for purchase. So in lieu of using that pattern, you can choose any amigurumi paid for pattern that you wanted to make. And we're just going to do that on an honor system. And that includes amigurumis that you might have from a book. If you have a book of amigurumis that, you've always wanted to make one or whatever, that's you can include that. If you're unfamiliar with Amigurumi Wars, in a nutshell, every month somebody is hosting. Patterns are picked that are free. Patterns or tutorials that are free. Patterns are picked that are paid for. You get points based on what patterns and you make those patterns for the month. As many of them as you want. You can make multiples of the same one. You just have to include them all in one picture to get points for each one. Free patterns are 1 point. Paid for patterns are 2 points. This original host of this and the creator of this collaboration is Anita at Y.O.H crochet, yarn over hook. She has 4 paid for patterns. If you do one of her patterns or all, they're 3 points each this month. I added that just for appreciation for her doing this for us. At the end of the month, whoever has the most points will win a prize from me. At the end of every month, the hosting podcaster gives a gift. At the end of the year, there will be a gift, I think, for the person with the most points. I think it's just one gift for the person, or one winner for the person with the most points. Everyone that has hosted a month gives a gift. So it's kind of, fun to be a participant in. You will have, there's at least 12 different podcasters. A couple of months, there's 2 podcasters. So that many more gifts to be given. So it's hashtag Amigurumi Wars 2022. So if you're not involved in that so far, I haven't made one yet this month. The month is almost over. I haven't even made the easiest one. I've been busy. And I feel really bad because it's the month that I'm hosting it. I want to make Meeko's Yeti, which is a Y.O.H creation. It's the one of her patterns that I did not test, that I have not made. And I want to make it, and I want to make it this month. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get it done. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second one is I host a monthly, every month, a crochet calendar project. I have, I think, 2 submissions so far this month. I know it's a big project this month, and so I wasn't expecting a lot of participation. But you don't have to make the blanket. So it's Annie's crochet calendar, which I didn't bring up. And the project is a blanket made out of flowers. So let me just move you around here a little bit and see if you can see the flowers. See those flowers up there? I made a valance for my window out of the flower pattern. You can use any kind of flower motif. One of my subscribers that has submitted her picture to my Facebook group page, I believe it's Cheryl's picture. I'm pretty sure it's Cheryl. And she made, it looks like a placemat and a coaster. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love it. I want to make it myself. in the colors that she has, even though they don't match my house. Just because it looks like spring, and it's so totally awesome, and I totally love it. So I think she made maybe 6 flowers. Maybe there's 6 on, maybe she made 8. 6 as the placemat and 2 for coasters. Or maybe 4 for the placemat and 2 for coasters. It's so cute. And that wouldn't really even take long. So anyway, be creative. If you don't have Annie's crochet calendar, any flower motif will work. My kitchen curtains were made from the same type of pattern that was done by Krista from The Secret Yarnery in her Never Ending Shawl pattern. These things will be linked in the description box below. So please participate. You put a picture of your make on my Facebook group page, also linked in the description box, or you can email it to me, which is also in the description box. For Amigurumi Wars, pictures can be either or, again, in the Facebook group page or emailed to me. And I will put them through in the slideshow at the end of the videos, as I do videos each month, or each video I do throughout the month. Secondly, someone asked me recently about this blanket down here, this one with the circles. Now this was in the crochet calendar that I did last year. This one is not an Andy's calendar, and the company that made this calendar last year for 2021 did not make it for 2022. But the 1 month, I was not hosting the crochet along last year. I was just, I had been asked by Dina with Homespun Fun, who is the one that sent me this calendar, and I thought it was so cool. It goes this way. She asked me to, participate in her crochet along, and I did most of the months. This was May's, and it was a big project. It was a big blanket. I used, and this is just for the person that was asking, I used mandala cakes. I had 2 mandala cakes that would flow easily together with the colors. And I didn't have I only had 1 of each, which it's a 3-weight yarn. So I decided that I would take those and just make the circles. So all the circles were made by mandala cake, and as it came off, and if it switched colors, it switched colors. And then I kept them in order of how they came off the skein, or how they came out of the cake. And then I did a second cake, that second cake, and did the same thing, and just kept them in as much as I could, like an ombre effect, until I had enough squares for the blanket, or enough circles for the blanket. I put them together with just a white yarn, a white DK. I think it was actually yarn that I got as a mill end from AC Moore, which no longer exists. And then the end of the second cake I used to make the border. So it's 2 mandala cakes, and this you can see also mostly the circles came from 1 cake, most of them, and then the second cake did mostly I sewed them together with the second cake. As you can see, it changes colors just like the blanket does, and the border was the second cake, but some of the inside was the second cake as well, and I just love how it turned out. And I would make another one in a minute. And I think those are popcorn or bobble. It doesn't really matter. About the same. I would make another one of those in a minute. I would do it again. I totally loved it. I enjoyed making it. I just lined them up as I went. And then I did, so I did all the circles until I had enough circles to match the pattern size. And then I assembly lined around the square part to turn the circle to the square, and then I crocheted them together as you go, except I did it assembly line style. And then I picked this border because I don't even think this one had a border. It did, but it didn't have a frilly border. I picked that border. So I changed the border on the one in the program here, in the catalog. But I totally loved it, and I would do it again, and I would do it again in that manner. Just because it was cool to see how it played out, and it was fun. So that is that. And this is the 2021 activity calendar from Willow Creek. And like I said, they did not come out with one for 2022 because I actually even called them. I'm like, where is the calendar? I want another one. One thing that was nice about this calendar is that the patterns were separate sheets. So you could take the pattern and put it in your project bag as you were, as you went. Annie's is not like that. The patterns are written into the calendar. You can't take them out. You have to take the whole calendar with you. That's a little bit of a pain. Annie's, I would change that if you watch this, which I'm sure you don't. So the next thing I want to show you is I am doing, and I finally started the Tunisian crochet for this month. Again, I'm making, this one's going to be a washcloth, dishcloth for my camper. I accent the camper in purple. And this one is the honeycomb stitch. Oh, that's the back side. You don't want to look at that. It's hard to see, I know, because it's purple and I don't want it to come off my thing. I did not do it perfect so far, but somehow I got off course over here. I don't know how, but I think I got it back on course, and I'm not going to rip out the rows that I got off course. I mean, there's the right number of stitches. The pattern is just a little off. I should have zigged when I zagged or something like that. So I'll show you the part up close that works. And I really love this. And it's not rolling. I really love that. But I just started this last night. I did a couple of rows before I went to bed, so that I could take it with me to work today and work on it at work. So, I mean, like, this is going really relatively quickly considering that I don't know what I'm doing. And I really like the pattern. I really like the stitch. And I would love a garment made out of it. Not with, I am using Premier, Sugar and Creams cotton, because it's going to be a dishcloth. So I wouldn't use this yarn for a garment, but I really love the stitch. It's, you don't need to wear a cami or anything under it like that. It would just be a nice sweater. So I'm real happy with that. So that's stitch number 2 that I really, really would wear, make a garment out of, because last month's stitch, which I don't remember what it is, but thank God she has tutorials, and this is from Jada and Stitches, crochet along, Tunisian crochet along. Totally love it, and I thank her for doing this. And I am also participating in the hashtag Rock 2022 AU with Judy from Witch Piece Crafts. And originally I had started making a blanket squares every, a square every twice a month. And then I decided I didn't like the blanket, so I took it apart, and I decided I would make a hat and scarf set. Squares were much faster. Hat and scarf set, much slower, but I'm donating them to Wings with Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. So this is, I used a Bag O' Day waffle stitch tutorial pattern tutorial, which I will link as well. I'm using my Rose Likes Crochet bag. Thank you, Rose. I love the bag, and it holds 3 skeins of yarn beautifully. So I did the waffle stitch for the hat. This is the second album from Judy for the month, and it was the chipmunks. And so I decided to do the shirt colors of the chipmunks. So Alvin is red, and Simon and Theodore are blue and green, and I don't remember who is who, but I showed my husband the picture and I said, pick a color out of all of this, and he picked the green. And I'm like, oh, I don't want a green hand scarf. So, not that I want, that was my original thought. I don't want a green hat and scarf. So I decided to do all of their shirt colors. And I think it's really good for like a little boy, even though I do want to put a pom-pom on the top. And, you know, obviously it's not Weave-In Wednesday. Today's only Tuesday, so I haven't woven any of my ends. I have a couple more rows to do on the scarf. Oops, don't look at that side because I got a lot of ends to weave in over there. I wanted to end in green because I started it in green and I want to end it in green, but I'm going red. I'm going green, blue, red, green, blue, red. And I will put fringe at the end of this in the green, blue, and red. I have one more section I want to make of, so one more section of green, blue, then red, and then Weave-In Wednesday tomorrow. But I will get the red, green, and blue on the one more section on today. And then my pom-pom maker is up here in the studio, so I will take that down and make a pom-pom after I've put the fringe on, because I want the fringe more than I want the pom-pom. So if I don't have enough yarn, it's going to be the pom-pom that suffers. But I think I should. I'm using for blue, this is Red Heart Super Saver. Color is soft navy. I think the blue on the album cover, that Chipmunks blue is actually, I think, lighter than this one. Brighter blue, but I liked, out of the blues that I had here, I had picked out a lighter blue, but the yarn was just a little bit thinner and it wasn't working up well, so I went with this one. The red that I'm using is color red from I Love This Yarn. And the green is Crafter's Secret. It's also a Hobby Lobby yarn, and it's called I'm Jealous. And, you know, green with envy. I kind of like that. I'm going to tell you what. This Crafter's Secret is, at the time that I purchased this, which I bought it on clearance probably last year. It was $2, regular price $2.99, and I bought it for 74 cents on clearance. But I'm going to tell you what, this yarn is really soft. As it goes through your fingers, I mean, this is an inexpensive yarn. Really, really soft. It really compares with the I Love This Yarn. Much softer, I'm sorry to say, than the Red Heart. Maybe this is the old Red Heart that's not as soft, but I don't think so. I think this is the softer version. And it's not, I was surprised because this is like the store brand yarn from Hobby Lobby. And I expected that it would be a rougher yarn, but I mean, it definitely holds its own. And when I'm crocheting and it's running through my fingers, it is softer than the Red Heart for sure as it goes through my fingers. Sometimes I'm like, wow, this might even be softer than the I Love This Yarn, but there is no way that could happen, right? It's really nice. I mean, I would never ever hesitate to buy it again, and definitely not hesitate to buy it on clearance, because you know me, I only shop clearance. Well, pretty much only. Well, not clearance, but sale. It's got to be a really good sale or clearance. I don't buy full price yarn. You can buy it too. It's expensive, and it's getting more expensive. So I always buy. I wait for the sales. But then I'm like that with everything. I'm a cheapskate. My mama taught me to be frugal. So I think that's all I have. I did go, by the way, just on a quick note, I watched Darla, the Crafty Yarn Owl. She had a yarn haul from Michael's, and I'm so totally jealous. Like, she got crystal cakes and cloud cakes for I think she said $4.99 Canadian. And she just, I rechecked the video. I'm like, am I watching an old video? She just got them this past weekend on Saturday at a Michael's by her. So today I'm like, I'm out and about, and I'm stopping in Michael's because she said she got there. They were pulling the yarn off the truck. The truck had just come and they were still unloading it, and they had crystal cakes and cloud cakes, and they were putting them on clearance. She thought pretty sure it was clearance because they're last year's yarn, right? Or last season or whatever. Well, I was only able ever to get my hands on 2 cloud cakes. Luckily for me, they happened to be purple, so I was real happy about that. But I'm like, I would love more of the cloud cakes. So I went to Michael's. I did take video footage. Maybe I'll add it after the amigurumi wore pictures, some of the footage. They have some really nice yarns. Some of them really, really soft. Some of them I was like, whoa, not real thrilled with. They had the funnel cakes, and they were on sale. They were marked $11.99, and no sale tag was up there. But if you went to the price checker, it was $6.99. Where I think I could have swore Darla said she was paying $4.99 for all of those yarns, but maybe I'm remembering that wrong. And that would be Canadian versus U.S. Anyway, they were $6.99 at my Michael's. The funnel cakes. They did not have any cotton cake, cloud cakes or crystal cakes, which I never even got one of those. I'm very disappointed because I really wanted to see them in person. But they weren't available, and my store didn't get. And I looked at the app, like right after I watched her video. I'm like, ooh, can we get these anywhere? Can I have them shipped in the U.S.? And the cloud cakes, they didn't come up at all. Like, not on clearance, not, gone. Totally not, nothing found in the search. So, and I think I was doing that as I was trying to fall asleep last night. I think I forgot to look at the crystal cakes. But my store didn't have any. I didn't forget to look while I was there. But I had some other running around to do, and I just happened to be passing a Michael's, and I'm like, ooh, I got to go in there. And I was very disappointed when I left. I wasn't really expecting them to have any, but I'm like, could get lucky. Didn't get that lucky. So anyway, watch the Amy War videos and see what everybody's making. They're doing so well. Lynn is just knocking it out of the ballpark with the Dwarfs. And Kathleen, she's made just so many. She's, I think, in both her and Lynn are in every video. They're just killing it. They're just crochet machines. I am just totally impressed. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, and all of that stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, P.S. I am leaving to go on vacation again. We're not going far, but we will not be here. I will be home before the 1st, though. But I don't know what kind of reception we'll have when we're out and about. So I don't know if I will be able to do any videos next week. I will definitely try and keep you posted, and definitely at least slideshows if I can of any more of the Ammies that come in, because it's the end of the month. So I'm expecting, everyone to rush in and get their videos up. So depending on how many more I get, maybe I might do some videos that are just slideshows if I can get it to, work. So cross your fingers for that. Again, thanks for watching, and stay till the end and see the Ammies and maybe some Michaels. Okay, bye.